Pakistan government continues to push the controversial 27th Constitutional Amendment Bill. Standing committees in both Houses of Parliament have cleared the draft with minor changes. The draft that was approved in absence of opposition lawmakers who boycotted the committee meetings. Law Minister Azam Nazir Tarar and Senator Farooq Naik have been authorized to make changes to some of the clauses. However, they have not shared what exactly those changes are. The amendment will give unprecedented powers and even privileges to Army Chief General Asim Munir. The proposed amendment will overhaul Article 243 of the Constitution and recast Pakistan's military command hierarchy. The current office of Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee will be replaced by a new position, and that is Chief of Defence Forces. According to reports, the position will be held by the serving Chief of Army Staff, who will enjoy command and control of all services. A new position, Commander of the National Strategic Command, will oversee Pakistan's nuclear and strategic arsenal. Reports suggest that the commander must be an officer from the army, appointed by Prime Minister on the recommendation of the Chief of Defence Forces. This essentially means that Munir will now have greater control over the nuclear forces, which will reduce existing civilian oversight. The amendment also seeks to enshrine the office of the Field Marshal in Constitution. Munir was awarded title of Field Marshal after clashes with India in the month of May. Officers elevated to 5-star ranks will retain rank, privileges and even remain in uniform for life. They can, however, be removed only through impeachment and will be protected by immunities that will be similar to the President. While Field Marshal is a designation awarded to military heroes in several countries, it's mostly a ceremonial role. Critics now point out that the new changes will make Pakistan the only country with a Field Marshal rank enshrined in the Constitution with defined state-level privileges, legal immunity and even nuclear influence. However, the bill has been facing criticism from the opposition parties and civil society alike. Former Law Minister Babar Awan slammed the bill as death warrant for the Constitution. Leader of Imran Khan's PTI said that the amendment was a result of government's Imran phobia.
आइन का डेथ वारंट जारी किया गया है। ये 27वीं आईनी तरमीम नहीं है और इसमें शहबाज शरीफ का रोल सिर्फ एक डिस्पैच राइडर या डाकिए वाला है। ये काला लिफाफा पकड़ो, रास्ते में मत खोलना, जाके मुसवदा थमा दो।
Opposition leader Mahmood Khan described the amendment as an assault on foundations of Pakistan, likening it to the 9/11 attack in New York. An alliance of 6 opposition parties has even announced nationwide protests, urging people to take a stand against what they term as dark and dangerous times in the Constitution. Former Defence Secretary and retired 3-star General Asif Yasin Malik also criticised the move of installing one chief to rule all forces. He said that by placing an army officer as a chief of defence forces with authority over the Air Force as well as Navy, the proposed system invites institutional imbalance and even potential disaster. And earlier we even spoke with senior journalist Imtiaz Gul from Islamabad. Here's an excerpt of that conversation.
Well, as a whole, I think Pakistanis are very uncomfortable with the way the government has gone about beefing up the powers of the army chief as well as truncating the powers of the judiciary. The Supreme Court has been truncated into 2, like one Supreme Court and then the other one is the Constitutional Bench. The same has almost happened to the army chief. Basically, he was elevated to the Field Marshal status, and now a lot of powers that formerly or so far had rested with the President or the Prime Minister will be exercised by the Army Chief himself as the Chief of Defence Staff. And this is what has perturbed a lot of people. And nevertheless, all the major political parties, barring the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, are supporting the amendment, the proposed amendment, and likely to be passed very soon, today or tomorrow.